Where were you and Eddie?
We were home in the living room. It was a little after 8. We had been watching the news. They were giving warnings for our area. And we really didn't take it seriously until about 20 after I'd opened the door. There wasn't even a leaf moving. Everything was so still that it was frightening. So we went to the hall. We heard the impact of the tornado within minutes hit the house. It sounded like the house was groaning. It wrenched the house. We could feel the suction and hear the noise. We practically dove into the closet that I had emptied for that was stood in there until the tornado. We thought it was safe to come out. While we were in there, I really felt like the tornado was going to lift the house, but thankfully it didn't. Within a few minutes it was over. I think we were in shock more or less because we knew the house had been hit. We knew we'd been hit by a tornado. In all the years of living there, about over 37 years, that had never happened. We waited for a couple of hours. We went outside. It was unbelievable, and this was in the dark. The trees that were in the front yard pouring the rain still and the lightning. And there was trees, debris all over the yard. We looked out in the back, and it was just total devastation, what we could see. While we were outside, we saw neighbors coming out of their homes. And I think they were in shock because a lot of them were in their night clothes. They were looking up at the sky, looking at each other like, did this really happen? On one side of us, our neighbor was damaged. His home was damaged as bad as ours was. We didn't know at the time, but my husband's garage that was detached from the house was a total disaster. It had collapsed in on itself. Trees were blown up, roofs were blown off, a lot of structural damage. Our home was damaged. The brick part of it was sort of caved in. The eave on the side the tornado hit was blown out, and we suffered water damage in the house. And in one room. Instantly, especially from our LMU family help, that our maintenance crew wanted to help. Food was bought out from my office here on campus, University Advancement. People that worked here emailed and texted wanting to know how they could help. My husband's co-workers at the tunnel came out. I mean, it was unbelievable, the support.
Friday, and we're not yet a week away, and your house is pretty well cleaned up.
Yes, it is. I got home from work yesterday. The LMU maintenance had been there. My husband's co-workers from the tunnel, and it didn't look like a tornado had hit our house at all. It was inspiring to see what help, people that care in the community that cares what really can do. I now know what LMU means when they say their family. The LMU family, they stand by. Eddie and I both had discussed that. Our hearts were really full. I told him, I said, a thank you and a thank you card is not adequate to express what we feel and what the help that we received from the LMU community and from his co-workers. But thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We love each and every one of you, and I hope it never comes to this, but I hope that I'm always ready to reach out a hand to help too.